Your tea!
Right. Philadelphia, here I come. Right back of where I started from. Come on, man. What about an old time was?
Will you leave me alone?
Where bowers of flowers bloom in the spring.
Stop it, you brat.
Oh, Madge, you dance like an angel. Oh, but you give a fella bad thoughts very quick.
And the smell of fish off your dirty thing.
Will you miss me?
Let me on with my work.
The truth?
Will you quit it?
I'll tickle you till you squeal for mercy. Will you miss me, I say?
Will.
That's better. Now then, what time is it?
Yeah.
What time is it?
7:10.
What time do I knock off at?
At 7.
Which means that on my last day at work, he got 10 minutes overtime out of my head. Instead of saying to me, Gar, my son, since you are leaving me forever, you may have the entire day free. What does he do? Lines up 5 packs of flour and says, make them up into £2 pucks.
He's losing a treasure, surely.
So do you know what I said to him? I just threw myself up, looked him straight in the eye and said, £2 pucks it'll be. Just like that.
That flattened him.
And that wasn't it all. At 6 o'clock he remembered about the bloody Pollock and him in the middle of the Angelus. Behold the handmaid of the Lord, got and salt them fish. So be God, I lost so much salt on them bloody fish that any poor bugger that eats them will die of thirst. But when the corpses are strewn all over Ballybeg, where will I be? And the little old USA! Yippee! Philadelphia, here I come! Right up back of where I started from! It's all over?
And it's all about to begin.
It's all over! And all about to begin. Just think, darling. Think! Up in that big bugger of a jet with its snout pointing straight for the States and its tail belching smoke over Ireland. And you sitting up at the front with your competent fingers poised over the controls. Then away down below in the Atlantic, you spot a bloody bugger of an Irish boat out fishing for bloody pollock and... Abandon ship! Man the lifeboat! Send for Cannon Minko boat! To hell with the women and children, say an act of contrition. Yippee!
It looks as if, I can't see very well from this distance, but it looks as if, yes, the free is being taken by dashing Gar O'Donnell, pride in the Ballybeg team. O'Donnell is now moving back, taking a slow, calculating look at the goal. I've never seen this boy in the brilliant form he's in today. Absolute magic in his feet. He's now in position, running up, and...
Yay! Philadelphia, here I come! Right back of where I started from.
Mary O'Donnell.
Sir?
You are full conscious of all the consequences of your decision.
Yes, sir.
Of leaving the country of your birth, the land of the curlew and the snipe, the Allen Sweatle and the Irish sweepstakes.
I am fully conscious of this, sir.
Of going to a profane, irreligious, pagan country of gross materialism.
I am fully sensitive to this, sir.
Where the devil himself holds sway, and lust, abhorrent lust, is everywhere indulged in shamelessly.
What are you telling? Shamelessly, sir, shamelessly.
And yet you persist in exposing yourself to these frightful dangers.
I would submit, sir, that these stories are slightly exaggerated. For every door that opens, another...
You put the heart across me. Would you get out of my road and quit eating about?
Imagine now, duck.
Aye, so. There's the case. And there's a piece of rope for see the clasp all rusted. And there's your shorts. And your winter vest. And your heavy socks. And you need to air them shirts now before don't put your smelly hands on them.
All right.
See that they're well aired now before you put them on. He's said nothing since, I suppose.
Not the word.
The bugger.
But sure, he hasn't paid your week's wages.
£3.15. Oh, aye, that'll carry me far.
He'll have something to say then, you'll see. And maybe he'll slip you a couple of extra pounds.
Whether he says goodbye to me or not, or whether he slips me a few miserable quid or not is a matter of total indifference to me, man.
Aye, so. You're teasing the table, but that's a matter of total indifference to me.
Well, give me time to wash, will you?
And another thing. Just because he doesn't say much doesn't mean he hasn't got feelings like the rest of us.
Say much? He said nothing.
He said nothing either when your mother died. Ah, it must have been near daybreak when he got to sleep last night. I could hear the bed creaking.
What the hell with him?
Don't come into your tea smelling like a lobster pot.
If he wants to speak to me, he knows where he can find me. You can tell him I said that if you like.
What the bloody hell do you care about him? Screwballs, skinflint, skittery face. You're free of him and his stinking bloody shop. And tomorrow morning, boy, when that little old plane gets you up in the skies, you'll put your head out the window and spit down on the lot of them.
Yar!
Let the bugger call.
Yar!
Aye. How many coils of barbed wire come in on the mail van this evening?
2. Or was it 3?
That's what I'm asking you. Was you carried them in from the yard?
There were 2. No, 3. Aye, 3. Or maybe it was it 2?
What sort of stupid bugger are you? You went out and stood yarning to Joe the Post. Then you carried one coil into the yard and came out again with a sack of spuds for the parochial. Then you carried in the second coil and put it in the corner. And came out again to the van and... Ah, what the hell odds? That's his headache, now Nicodemus. After tomorrow, a bloody roll of barbed wire will be a mere bagatelle to you. Yeah, man, you'll see them there plays, man, stretching as far as the eye can see, man. Well, them there planes belong to Gary the Kid. And Gary the Kid, he don't go in for none of your fancy fencing. No sirree. And what will you wear on the plane tomorrow, old mister, eh? Pretty smart, eh?
Pretty small.
Pretty sharp.
Pretty sure.
Pretty ooh-la-la.
Mais oui.
And not a bad looker, if I may say so.
You may.
I'm Patrick Palinakis, president of the biggest chain of biggest hotels in the world. We're glad to have you, Mr. O'Donnell.
And I'm glad to be here, sir.
Handsomely said, young man. We hope that you'll work hard here and be happy. And maybe one day, you'll be president of the biggest chain of biggest hotels in the world.
That's my ambition, sir.
You're 25 years of age, Mr. O'Donnell.
Correct.
And you spent 1 year at University College Dublin.
Yes, sir.
Would you care to tell me why you abandoned your academic career, Mr. O'Donnell?
Well, sir, just before I sat my first arts exam, sir, I did an old Irish tourist, or pilgrimage, where I spent several nights in devout prayer, sir.
St. Patrick's pilgrimage on
St. Harold's Cross, sir. And it was there that I came to realise that a life of scholarship was not for me, sir. So I returned to my father's business.
Yeah, you said your father was in business. What's his line?
Well, sir, he has what you would call his finger in many pies. Retail mostly, general dry goods, assorted patent drugs, hardware, dehydrated fish, snuffs from the exotic East. Of Donegal. A confection for gourmets known as Piggy's Leg, weed killer, yippee! It is now 16 or 17 years since I saw the Queen of France. Then the Dauphiness at first sight.
Let's get packing, boy. Let's get that little old saddlebag opened and let's get packing. But first, how about that little old music on the little old phonograph? Yeah, man, you bet. I reckon yet there. The main item in tonight's concert is the first movement of the violin concerto in E minor, opus 64, by Jacob Ludwig Felix Mendelssohn. The orchestra is conducted by Gareth O'Donnell, and the soloist is the Ballybeg halfback, Gareth O'Donnell. Music critics throughout the world claim that O'Donnell's simultaneous wielding of the baton and bow is the greatest thing since leather ass died. Mendelssohn's violin concerto. First movement.
Come on! Come on, to work, old rooster. Less old fooling, to work! Ah, hell, how can any bloody bugger go up in a jet plane without cardboard rubbish like that? Damn it, maybe you could give it a lick of paint. Or wash it. Nah, you'll rub a hole in that damn thing if you're not careful. Maybe Screwballs will slip you a fiver tonight. Get a new one in Dublin tomorrow. What a hope. Ooh, stinks of cat's pee. Chlorine? 1st of January 1937?
Precious medieval manuscript.
God, was it? It was. The day they were married. And it hasn't been open since their honeymoon. She and old Screwballs off on a sidecar to Bundoran for 3 days. God, the greater Redeemer of all the faithful, lift the soul of Myra, my mother, remission of all her sins, so that she may obtain.
She was small, Mad says. And wild and young, Mad says. From a place called Balfast beyond the mountains. And her hair was loose, and her eyes were bright. And she carried her shoes, Mad says, under her arm, until she reached the edge of the village. And then she put them on.
Eternal rest grant unto her, O Lord. And let perpetual light shine.
She was 19 and he was 40. And he owned a shop. And he wore a soft hat. And she thought he was the grandest gentleman that ever lived, Mad says. And he couldn't take his eyes off her.
God, the creator and redeemer of all the faithful.
Sometimes in that first year, Laddiebuck, when she was pregnant with you, the other girls from Balfast would call in here to dress up on their way to a dance, Madge says. And her face would light up too, Madge says. And he must have known. Old Screwballs. He must have known, Madge says. For many's a night he must have heard her crying herself to sleep. And maybe it was good of God to take her away. 3 days after you were born. Damn you anyway for a stupid bloody bastard. It is now 16 or 17 years since I saw the Queen of France, then the Dauphiness at Versailles. And to hell with that bloody mushy fiddler.
Philadelphia, here I come.
Watch yourself, nuthead. If you let yourself slip that way, you might...
Right back where I started from.
Something lively. Something bloody animal. A bit of old thumpity thump. And you just to keep on talking to yourself all the time, mister, because I reckon that if you stop talking to yourself, well, then you just start thinking kind of crazy things.
Albert cried here tonight. Oh, man, you're looking great. Perfect.
Remember, that was Katie's tune. Ah, you needn't pretend you forgot. And it reminds you of the night you made all the plans. And you thought your heart would burst with happiness.
Come on, dirty big swig.
Are you going to take her photograph to the States with you? When are you going to say goodbye to her? Will you write to her? Will you send her cards and photographs? You loved her once, old rooster. You wanted so much to marry her that it was a bloody sickness. Tell me, Randy boy, have you got over that sickness? Do you still love her? Do you still lust after her? Well, do you? Do you? Do you?
Bugger! Kid. My sweet Katie Dugan. My darling Kathy Dugan.
Old bitch! Rotten old snobby bitch! Just like our stinking rotten father and mother. A bugger and a buggeress. A buggeroo and a buggerette.
No, it was my fault. It was all my fault.
By God, that was a night, boy, eh? By God, you made a right bloody cow's ass of yourself that night. Remember? When was it? 10 months ago. You'd just come back from a walk out the mill road, and the pair of you had the whole thing planned. Engaged at Christmas, married at Easter, and 14 of a family. 7 boys and 7 girls. Cripes, you make me laugh. You make me bloody well die laughing. And you were going to ask Screwballs for a rise in pay in view of your increased responsibilities. And you were going to take charge of the hardware. And she was going to take charge of the drapery. The drapery? The fishy socks and the shoebox of cotton spools and rusted needles. And you were so far gone that night, laddiebuck, so bloody well astray in the head with love, that you went and blabbed about your secret egg deals that nobody knew anything about. Not even Madge. Stupid bloody git. God, how you live with yourself, I'll never know. Steady, boy, steady. You know what the canon says about long, passionate kisses in lonely places? Our daughters will all be gentle and frail and silly, like you. Oh, but our sons, well, they'll be thick bloody louts, sexy goots like me. Oh my God. The tar of them.
But £3.15 Gar. We could never live on that. Gar, listen, be sensible. How will we live? How will we live?
Like lords! Free house, free fuel, free light, free groceries. Every day at 7 when we close. Except Saturdays. He stays up until damn near midnight on Saturdays making out bloody bills. And sure, God in the world knows that sending out bills in this place is as hopeless as peeing against the wind.
Gar! No matter what you say, we just couldn't live on that much money. It's not possible. We'll need to have more security than that.
Maybe he'll die. Tonight. Of galloping consumption.
Gar!
What's troubling you?
Please, this is serious.
Please, this is serious.
You'll have to see about getting more money.
Of course I'll see about getting more money. Haven't I told you I'm going to ask him for a rise?
But will he give you...
I get it. Don't you worry. I get it. Besides, I have a source of income that he knows nothing about, that nobody knows nothing about, knows anything about.
Investments, like Daddy.
Well, sort of. You know when I go around the country every Tuesday and Thursday in the lorry?
Yes.
Well, I buy eggs direct from the farms, and then I sell them privately to McLaughlin's Hotel for a handsome profit. But he knows nothing about it.
How much do you make?
Well, it varies, depending on the time of year.
Roughly.
Well, anything from 12 and 6 to £1.
Every Tuesday and Thursday.
Every month. Oh God, kid, I can't even wait till Christmas. But I can't. We'll have to get married sooner than that. Next month. Next week.
Steady, steady.
Oh, kid. My sweet kid. My darling cat.